2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2.
And welcome back to Sunshine State Conference basketball. Hi, everybody. Scott Lynn along with Jack Ike. It's time, just about time, for the men's game between the University of Tampa and Eckerd College. This is a game that has significance for both teams. Eckerd College, I think I mentioned on the women's game that they were in fourth place. I think I alluded to the fact that they were tied for fourth. I was in error. I stand corrected. They are one game ahead of Barry in the standings. But if they happen to drop this one tonight, they run the risk of dropping out of the top four, and that would mean they would not have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Again, both these schools have one game remaining on Saturday. Eckerd College will be home to take on Embry-Riddle on their senior night, their senior day, I guess it would be, at 4 o'clock game over at the MacArthur Center in St. Petersburg. Tampa, meantime, is having its senior night tonight, and there will be several seniors identified and honored here this evening. Anthony Gamble, Freddie Ibrahim, John Whitaker, players that have meant a lot to this program and continue to do so. Eckerd is, as I say, fourth in the Sunshine State Conference. They are 2 games behind Florida Southern, 1 game ahead of Barry, 2 games ahead of St. Leo. Those are the standings as far as where they might end up. They still potentially, I think, could end up as high as third, but they're just trying to be one of the 4 teams to have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs coming up for the Sunshine State Tournament. Now, University of Tampa is 8th in the Sunshine State Conference with a 7-11 mark. They're 1 game behind Palm Beach Atlantic. PBA is 8-10. They are 1.5 games ahead of Embry-Riddle. So bottom line here, Tampa is likely to be in the 8th spot, but a win here tonight could put them in a position to maybe take advantage of that last game and maybe end up with the 7th seed. And potentially, I mean, there's still a chance they could even catch St. Leo. But in all likelihood, you're looking against about with the final game of the season coming up against a very good Lynn team on the road at Boca Raton. It's going to be a very difficult assignment for the Spartans to catch anybody ahead of them. Their biggest thing is to not drop 1 spot and let Embry-Riddle catch them and knock them out of the number 8 seed. So, Tampa, 13-13 on the year, 4-11 in conference play. Eckerd College is 18-8, 11-7 in the SSC, in the number 4 spot right now. Eckerd College played in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament last year. After winning the Sunshine State Conference tournament, they ended up 27-6. They've been 14-6 in the SSC. This is a very significant game, not only because it's senior night, but it's also the last time that Tom Ryan, the legendary Eckerd College coach, will coach against 700-game winner Richard Schmidt here at the University of Tampa. Tom Ryan is retiring as the head coach at the end of this season. He was named the acting athletic director in May of 2017. 2017 was named the school's 4th AD officially. In October of 2018, he is stepping down to become full-time AD at the end of this season. And so Tom Ryan, in his 23rd year as a head coach, he's won 67% of his games, 447 wins, 224 losses. He is a guy who's been just terrific. He's only the second head coach in the 55-year history of the Eckerd College program, behind the legendary Jim Harley, who won 420 games. Tom Ryan, with his 447 wins, is Eckerd College's winningest coach all time. He played for the legendary Jim Harley. It's Harley Court over there at the MacArthur Center in St. Pete. So a lot of tradition at Eckerd College as Tom Ryan followed his mentor, Jim Harley. He was an assistant for Harley for 9 years after playing for Coach Harley back in the day. It's going to be really weird to see Tom Ryan not there. He's being formally identified and honored at half court, and Richard Schmidt, I think, is going to shake his hand, as these two legendary coaches obviously have a lot to be happy about their respective programs. Tom Ryan has been to the NCAA tournament 11 times, including the last 3 years. 13 20-win seasons, including the last 3. His first season was back in 1997, 1996, and 97. Meantime, Richard Schmidt is coming out, and to honor the seniors, there are, I mentioned, Anthony Gamble, Freddie Ibrahim, John Whitaker. Pat Bacon also would have been a senior here on senior night, but he was injured, broke his foot. The third game of the season, is out for the year, and he is back. He'll redshirt and be back next season. He, of course, was a huge loss for Tampa this season. He was the leading scorer 2 of his first 3 seasons, averaging over 19 points a game those 2 years, his freshman year and his junior year. He was injured during his sophomore year and averaged 12.9 points per game. And Jack Ike is alongside
honoring Ishmael Perkins, passed away, the manager who passed away just maybe a couple of weeks, a month ago.
Yeah. And Justin Peckett told us at halftime of the women's game that they were going to do that, and a nice tribute, to be sure.
He's a great kid.
He was indeed. They'll have some photos, and then they will identify the players as well. A standing ovation from the fans here, and from the Eckerd College players as well as the Tampa players. So now we'll get the senior players to be honored. I believe the first up is John Whitaker, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. I just was seeing who they lined up in order here. John Whitaker is a senior. 4 years he played here at the University of Tampa. He was a guy, as Justin Peck has said, he always plays as the scout on the scout team in practice, but has been here 4 years. Did not play as a freshman, but he got in 5 games as a sophomore, total of 6 minutes. 9 games, including one start as a junior, and he's been in 12 games this season. And I think, and I said it at halftime of the women's game, such a great tribute to young men or women in the women's game who maybe aren't the stars of the team, but they contribute so much day in and day out at practice, having to, they put in the same amount of time as everybody else. And so that's quite a tribute to John Whitaker, 6'6", senior from Fairfax, Virginia, out of Flint High School. Congratulations. Looks like family is there as well. And next up is going to be a guy who I remember when we called his first game, Freddie Ibrahim, 6'3", senior out of Mississauga, Ontario. He's been a part-time starter, full-time starter. He's filled in so many roles, and Justin Peck told us at halftime of the women's game in our pregame analysis, he says, we've had so many injuries, and Freddie Ibrahim has just been the constant. He is the guy that stepped up, played all these different roles for us. He's played great. He scored a career-high 30 points at St. Leo after scoring a career-high 23 at Rollins. He also had a really nice game his last time out, 18 points, making 4 of 6 threes against Nova Southeastern just on Saturday, Jack.
You know, everybody will say that, but the 4 years go so quickly. But I was at a practice 4 years ago before the season started, looking at some some of the players. And I remember I watched this kid, and I said, he was just eating up the defense and driving and dishing. And I said, I think this kid,
you called me on your way home and said, hey, there's a kid here who's going to be really good. And he has, Freddie Ibrahim. So congrats to Freddie. And now comes the guy who's been the rock of the team. He's the only guy that started all 26 games this season for the Spartans. Leading scorer, 17.3 points a game. Sixth leading scorer in the conference. Leading three-point shooter. Seventh in the conference in three-point shooting at 37%. 70 of 188 deep. 88 made free throws, the most in the team. He's set the career record for made three-pointers in a University of Tampa game. Twice he has made 10 threes in a game, and we're talking about, of course, Anthony Gamble, the 6'5 redshirt senior, fifth-year senior from Riverview, Florida, out of Newsom High School. He's had a career-high 10 threes against Florida Tech last year, I believe it was, or year before perhaps, but made 10 threes again against Rollins this year and scored a career-high 38 points in that game. He's been just terrific. He's had 3 30-point games in his career. And again, in a season where you've had so many players in and out with injuries, Jack, he's been the one constant, uninjured and just unstoppable.
You know, you could lock people in a gym by themselves for 40 minutes and they wouldn't hit 10 threes.
And he did it in a game twice in his career. He's also had 2 other games this year in which he's made 7.
Yeah.
I mean, he fills it up.
It's fun to watch. It's fun
to watch when
he does that.
And the real fun thing is when he got teed up for taunting an opponent's bench earlier this season, and you got to him and said, hey, look, if you want to point at somebody, point at you. You said, point at me, I won't tee you up. And he has done that now the rest of the season, pointing at you every time he knocks down a three. Or many times, not every time, but many times. But again, Richard Schmidt out there.
He points a lot.
Honoring him for the 700 wins, which he picked up earlier this season. Richard Schmidt, 707 wins, 394 losses. In his 36th season as head coach at Tampa, he resurrected the program when it had been dormant for years. In 1983-84, they came out and won 20 games, went 20-11, won the SSC tournament, made the NCAA tournament with 1 junior and 4 freshman starters. And it was the best debut after a dormant program was resurrected at any division. The first year, they had so much success, it was amazing. And they won a lot of 20-win seasons right out of the chute. In fact, he's had 18 20-win seasons at the University of Tampa. The last was in 2014. They'd love to get there again. It won't happen this season unless they get on a terrific roll here and
make the NCAA
title game. That would be about their only shot. But 14 NCAA tournaments took the Spartans to the Final Four in 2001. Tom Ryan, he took the team to an Elite 8 back in 2003 when one of the players on that team was Marcus Chief Bryant, the associate head coach, and now our national anthem. Just about ready for basketball here at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center on the campus of the University of Tampa. Downtown Tampa. It was rainy yesterday all day long. Rainy a little bit today. Had some sunshine as well, but They had a lot of traffic issues trying to get across the bay. In fact, the Eckerd team the men's team didn't get here until I think it was at least halftime of the women's game as they were hung up on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Here is the starting lineup first for the Eckerd Tritons. Marco Beori out of Seminole High School. He is doing a terrific job, 6-foot senior out of Seminole High, 10 points, 5.1 assists, 2.4 steals, ranks in rebounds, number 11 in the Sunshine State Conference as a 6-foot guard. That's pretty impressive. Marquise Gilbert is number 4. He is a 6'2 junior guard from Mohawk Valley Community College, Syracuse, New York, out of Corcoran High School. He has started 19 of the 26 games this season. Kiko Stavrev is Christian, but they call him Kiko. So Kiko Stavrev, number 11, he is a terrific three-point shooter, 6'8 junior out of Bulgaria. Dushan McLaurin, honorable mention All-American a year ago, number 24, leading scorer all 4 seasons that he's played at Eckerd College. He's also the leading rebounder on the team at 7.3 rebounds per game. First team All-SSC the last 2 years. Myron Hagens is number 25. He is the leading three-point shooter percentage-wise on this team. Had 11 points, 11 rebounds in the game at Eckerd College. Hagens, a 6'7 junior from Ocala. The head coach, Tom Ryan, Marcus Chief Bryant is the associate men's coach. Kendrick Wilson and John Cabino are the assistant coaches. For the Tampa Spartans, Freddie Ibrahim, the senior we talked about a moment ago, has been on a bit of a roll here, scoring a ton of points. He's averaging 23.7 points a game the last 3 games in which he's played and made 4 of 6 threes. Last time out against Nova Southeastern when he scored 18. The senior from Mississauga, Ontario. Devon Colley, the point guard, was injured 5 games early in the season, but he's really come on lately. Had a great game against Nova Southeastern, 20.6 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals. He is a 6'1 junior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Anthony Gamble, leading scorer, 17.3 points a game. He has started every game, leading three-point shooter, makes a ton of free throws, makes a lot of three-point shots. He's had 12 20-point games this year. Cedric Bellarmine in the starting lineup again tonight for the 21st time in the 27 games. Leading rebounder on the team at 8.2, third most in the Sunshine State Conference. He has 5 double-doubles on the year, the 6'7 junior out of Congo. And Marco Downer, the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, who had a triple-double against Nova Southeastern on Saturday. 12 points, a career-high 15 rebounds, and 10 blocked shots. Whoa. He's averaging 5.1 blocked shots a game over his last 7 games, Jack. My goodness. The Spartans will have the first opportunity of this game. Nice to have you along. I'm Scott Lynn, Jack Ike alongside. This is a game that means a bit to both teams, and this is going to be an over and back call.
Foot in the backcourt.
And the first turnover of the game. Obviously, Richard Schmidt does not want his team to turn the ball over very much tonight. Eckerd is first in scoring defense. Teams only score 68.8 points a game. Eckerd doesn't score a lot. Their 73.8 is last in the SSC. But they will play you and play you tough. Here's Marco Downer. Inside passes to Bellarmine. Bellarmine high off the glass, no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Stavrev. Hagens drives into the lane, throws it up off the iron, no good. And Marco Downer got a hand on it, but Beori comes down with it, feeds it back, and the basket is good by Hagens. Here's how Beori ranks 11th in the Sunshine State Conference in rebounds, 6.3 boards a game, third in the conference at 5.1 assists, and second in the conference with 2.4 steals per game.
Was Crab anything that went to the floor?
I think so. Bellarmine forced it up off the glass. It's knocked out of bounds off Eckerd. Tampa ball. Inbound it comes to Gamble. Corner 3. Good. And there it is. And there's the point right back at you, big fella. And the Spartan, I just have to laugh. He looks right over here at you, Jack. He has never forgotten that you don't tee him up.
No.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Ibrahim. It'll still be Eckerd ball. Well, he launches a lot of shots up there. That was his 189th three-point try of the season and his 71st make.
But that's a good sign that he hit the first one.
This is Bayori. Bayori gets it on top. Higgins, straight away three off the iron. And look at Downer go up high to get that rebound over Stavra. Gamble feeling it. Yeah! Oh, yeah! And Tom Ryan takes a quick timeout.
As the scoreboard went out as well.
Well, Tom Ryan is making a point saying that perhaps there was a foul.
Somebody slid.
In setting a pick. That's what he's lobbying for here. But the scoreboard is out. It's 6-2 Tampa after the two makes by Anthony Gamble. This time he did not point at you, but that's because the official was in the way.
Yeah, he wanted to.
Yeah. Maybe just one. He should just do one and call it quits.
He can't do that every time.
No, I guess not.
People will think I'm his favorite or something.
Well, I talked to Chief Bryant, the associate head coach, and I asked him, I said, obviously you have to be in the mix, I'm sure, for the head coaching position that is becoming available. I've read in the paper and talked to people, there is a national search underway, but as Chief put it to me, I audition every day for the job. And he says he actually has an official interview tomorrow.
Okay, good.
So we wish Chief well.
Well, he'd be interviewing with Tom Ryan, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly right. The man who will be the AD who will make the call. So I got to think his chances are good.
Yeah.
And good. He's a good man. I've had the privilege of calling both Eckerd and Tampa games off and on over the last 5 years. Both schools that mean an awful lot to me. And I wish Tom Ryan the very best and a lot of success in his new job. And again, I personally am hoping that Marcus Bryant gets the job. I love seeing when assistants get promoted to the big job. Joshawn McLaurin, honorable mention All-American with an S, and there goes Bellarmine up high to grab the rebound.
Credit to Marco Downer for influencing the shot. Didn't get a block. Made sure they redirected it.
Colley for three. No good. Downer went and got the rebound. Puts it up with the left hand. No good. And a strong rebound that time by Higgins.
Next year he'll go up stronger to the basket instead of the fadeaway.
Bayori gives it up. Here now is Marquise Gilbert. There's a straightaway three, and he got just enough of the shooter's touch. Myron Higgins, 32% shooter, leads the team from deep. That was his 39th triple of the year, and it's 6-5, Tampa by one. Gamble to Bellarmine. Looks, trying to find inside. Now here's Gamble. To the basket he goes. Puts it up too strong. And Bellarmine chases it down. The shot clock does not reset. They have 7 seconds in which to shoot.
Freddie noticed.
And the floater, no. Rebound by Joshawn McLaurin. Made the all-newcomer team as a freshman, and he's led his team in scoring every single season. Rebound by Ibrahim that time. Averaging 17 points this year. Now a turnover.
I mean, that doesn't mean he's their all-time leading scorer.
No.
But I would think he's up there.
And to the basket he goes. No good. Gilbert with a miss, and rebound Tampa.
I would imagine he's high on the list.
He is, but I can't. He's not the leading scorer.
Right.
I can tell you that. He had 4 double-doubles this season. He has 19 career double-doubles. He's had 7 20-point games this year. Ibrahim with a miss. Stavrev with a nice block out that time on Bellarmine. And here goes McLaurin. Up and in, and a chance for a three-point play.
The Matador foul there.
McLaurin, a senior from Jacksonville, Florida, out of Englewood High School, had a career-high game last March in the NCAA South Region semifinals against Florida Southern. 37 points and 15 rebounds, which was his career high. Both of them were career highs. The points is still his career high, although he did have 36 against St. Leo. He tied the 15 rebound performance this year against Palm Beach Atlantic.
Alberto Moreno in. He was running a fever yesterday, I think, they said.
Three-point play is good.
Well, you know what? I came to play.
Yes, you did. 8-6, I believe, the score. The scoreboard hasn't updated the free throw there.
It did, finally.
There it is.
We just get antsy.
We do. Gamble has the ball knocked off of his leg and out of bounds. Nice defense by McLaurin. And the first team All-Sunshine State Conference player the last 2 years forces yet another Tampa turnover. There's timeout on the floor with 15:47 left. Here in the first half, it's Eckerd 8, Tampa 6 on the SSC Digital Network. A Courtyard by Marriott, located at 3805 West Cypress in Tampa, is the official host hotel of the Spartans. When you visit, be sure to ask for the UT rate for huge savings. Courtyard by Marriott, simply refreshing. Pizza Hut is a proud supporter of University of Tampa Athletics. Call Pizza Hut today at 813-251-3399. UT students can get your pizza delivered right to your doorstep. And hey, if you're thirsty, grab a Pepsi. Pepsi's been bringing fun and refreshment to consumers for more than 100 years. Scott Lynn along with Jack Ike here in Tampa. Eckerd on top. Again, the Eckerd College Tritons are alone in fourth in the SSC right now. 1 game ahead of Berry. That's the team they have to stay ahead of. We'll check on a score later tonight to see how Berry's doing in their game. But if Eckerd can win this one, it would do a lot to keep them in the fourth spot. They're 2 games behind Florida 7, so they're probably not going to move up, but they want to stay at least fourth so that they have home court advantage in the first round of the SSC tournament.
And the Spartans with just a 1-game lead over Embry-Riddle for that 8th spot.
Exactly. That is why Tampa needs a win. And McLaurin mishandles the pass inside. Says, my bad, good pass. A little high-low entry. Tampa leads this series 52-36, but Eckerd has won the last 5 meetings between the two teams. Tampa has won 4 of its last 5. They'd won 4 in a row. And here's Gamble. Is he still feeling it? Oh, yes. Yes, he is. 3 in less than 5 minutes. He's on a good pace to maybe set a new school record tonight. And there, the pass by Beori is off the hands.
And you know what? I'm proud to say that he's costing me $1 every time he hits a 3.
That's right.
Because I signed up for the Coaches versus Cancer 3-point shootout. And Tampa is my team in every 3 they make, starting in the month of February through March.
Ibrahim
I donate $1.
Indeed. And a block shot by Bellarmine, and Downer gets the ball. That's terrific. And yes, he did. He cost you 10 in 1 game.
1 game. Spartans cost me 16.
And there's Alberto Moreno, the junior 2-year letter winner. Off the bench tonight, he's averaging 12.4 points per game, and he knocks down
$4 game so far.
You're rooting for him, and yet.
No, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
I have a reason.
Tampa had won 4 in a row before losing the regular season to regular season champion Nova Southeastern 97-91 in overtime on Saturday.
See, this is a game you really want to win for a bunch of reasons, but you were so hot for a while there.
Yeah.
And kind of scaring some teams. Almost took down the number 3 team. So you want to show that you are playing at a higher level.
Right. Oh, my. Oh, my.
I think Downer gets the block.
Downer with the block. He's feeling good. Yeah. He's 4 for 4. Yells to the crowd and says, can you see what I'm doing? That's 4 for 4 for Anthony Gamble. Oh. And now a tough shot on the run. No good. Downer grabs the rebound. Beori nearly stole it when he brought it down.
6 rebounds for Downer.
The reigning defensive player of the week. He had a triple-double with 10 block shots on Saturday against Nova Southeastern. And there's travel.
Yep.
Gamble took a little extra hop before putting it off the glass. Good call.
So at this pace, Gamble will finish with 68 points, and Downer will have 40 rebounds.
And you'll be about $40 out of your pocket here for threes. John Braska, Sean Gaffney, Jeffrey Lamb, the officials working the game tonight.
Veteran crew, we've seen him here many times.
15-8, Tampa by 7. Gilbert, Hagens, here comes Beori. Here's Hagens for 3. Off the iron, no, and a whistle, and an over-the-back foul as Bellarmine had blocked out Jushawn McLaurin. His first First team foul for Eckerd. Tampa has one team foul. That was on Ibrahim. Eckerd led early by 2, but Tampa now leads by 7. Here's Moreno. Is he still feeling good? Well, he was, but he didn't get the shot to go, and Stavrev pulls down the rebound. Here's Barry kicking it to McLaurin. Stavrev. Gamble's guarding Stavrev. That's a good matchup. Stavrev can really shoot the 3, though. Oh, just didn't get that one to go. And another rebound by Downer. He's got 7.
Yeah. Told you. Oh, Freddie just lost something.
Bellarmine kicks out. Moreno for 3. Great ball movement, but the Spartans were not rewarded that time down. Stavrev pulls down yet another board.
You don't want to become too three-point happy early in the game, though.
Yep. Spartans had made 5 of their first 8 before that miss. Higgins. Hands to McLaurin. To the basket he goes. And a block by Downer. Got a finger on it. Put it off the glass. I hope he gets credit for it. Those are some that we've seen him not get credit for because they're kind of hard to see. But he definitely did tip that ball. Here goes McLaurin to the basket. Another and one possibility as Bellarmine picks up his first foul.
Gave him a little shove from behind. And what I mean by not being too content to shoot the 3. I don't mind them shooting the 3, but make a couple passes and then take the 3. They've been just getting it across the line and firing it up immediately.
Yeah. Stavrev is going to get a breather as Admir Radoncic checks into the game. Free throw good.
The crowd loves it when you hit them.
Yeah. Radoncic is a 6'8" redshirt junior. Did not play last year as he was injured. Suffered a red shirt. Down and dunks and is fouled! Oh my goodness, the freshman from Jamaica throws it down. And that's going to bring us to the immediate timeout under 12 minutes before Downer goes to the charity stripe to complete the and one possibility. Tampa 17, Eckerd 11. With 11:50 left in the first half here on the TampaSpartans.tv and Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. At Jimmy John's, they're freaks about fresh bread, meats, and veggies because that means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's, freak, yeah. Your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer is Mastro Subaru, located at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue. Customers can view their huge Subaru inventory as well as receive full-service maintenance on vehicles. As a Spartan sponsor, watch for Mastro's UT staff and student service specials. At Mastro Subaru, their reputation rides with you. And Embassy Suites is connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center. Embassy Suites offering a convenient location close to dining and entertainment in downtown Tampa. Located just a few blocks from campus, come stay in luxury at 513 South Florida Avenue in Tampa. If you're joining us later, didn't hear the women's game, Jack Ike is battling a little laryngitis, so I'm trying to handle 99.9% of the audio tonight.
You're doing fine.
You're hanging in there, though.
I've got 3 baseball games on the weekend, so.
Oh, man, you better take a long time out here, then. If you didn't know, the UT women defeated Eckerd College in a game that was, in essence, for second place in the SSC standings. Tampa winning by the score of 53-37. Tampa was held to no field goals made in the second quarter, but then ended up holding Eckerd to 1 of 12 shooting in the third quarter and outscored them 15-4 to take command of that game. Tampa's now won 7 straight, 11 of the last 12. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Slamming it down is McLaurin.
Yeah, if you'd have told Eckerd that the women's team would hold Tampa to 55, they'd probably take it.
Oh yeah.
But Eckerd scored half of what it usually scores.
Bellarmine looked like he might have been trying to go up and dunk, lost the handle, and it's out of bounds off Eckerd. A fresh 30 for Tampa. Tom Ryan doesn't like the call. He was thinking that there should have been a foul on the dunk down here, I think. Not to be critical, but he might be right. Moreno driving baseline. Tried the handoff, got it to Bellarmine. He scores inside. Cedric Bellarmine gets his first bucket of the game. He's got 4 rebounds. It's a 6-point Tampa lead. 9 minutes into this game. Here's McLaurin, little jump hook. It's good. He's going to have a big night. He's got 10 already. Gamble's got 12 on his 4-for-4 shooting from deep. This game is going to be close, I think, throughout.
Yeah.
Here's Bellarmine for 3. No good. Downer went up high to get it. It went off the foot of the Eckerd player. And Tom Ryan's going to send in a substitute because he did not like the fact that his team didn't block out on defense, rebounding there. And Armin Radoncic will check in, 6'7" senior from Jacksonville. Higgins is back in. McLaurin might have got away with steps. Ibrahim, little teardrop, no. And Radoncic goes and gets that one. That's Armin. Admir is back on the bench at this point. Wow. Might have forced that one a little, McLaurin. And here is Bellarmine with an offensive rebound. The shot was blocked out of bounds and on the line, so Tampa will have it. 20 seconds to shoot. Tampa's just 13-13 this season, but here at home they can be tough. They haven't won. The record at home isn't all that good.
Right.
But they have played teams really tough here. I'd have to look. I think they're under 500 for the season at home.
Check.
Yes, 6-7.
Nice
to the basket, Moreno. And the scoreboard just went out. I called it loudly into the microphone so that the official running by could hear me. And he's the one that blew his whistle, so I mean, it's his job. He would have noticed anyway.
Yeah, but nothing wrong with alerting him.
I like to prompt the officials if at all possible, so as long as I don't get thrown out for interfering in the game. These two coaches, I mean, the players right now obviously are the center of attention, but when you're talking about Tom Ryan, 23 years as Eckerd's head coach, 447 wins. Richard Schmidt, 38 seasons as a head coach, 707 wins, and 36 of those at Tampa, where he's 681, 383, 65% winning percentage. Both these guys winning, 65% of the games, 67% of the games in the case of Tom Ryan. These are legends. These are legends, and it's kind of interesting as the scoreboard still not back. I was glad to hear that this was the last game of the season that Eckerd, because it's Tom Ryan's last regular season away game, and again, having an opportunity to know him a little bit, I'm just thrilled to have the honor to be here tonight.
Brent Duncan coming in for Marco Downer.
Duncan, 6'6", 210, junior out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Good news is Downer is sitting for a breather. Oftentimes, it's foul problem.
Yeah, not because of foul trouble. Right.
He has no fouls.
Johnny Daly, number 21, is into the game right now for Eckerd. Here is Bailey giving it up. Stavrev got it in. Radoncic with a nice little left-hand hook. Armin Radoncic only averages a point a game, but that was a nice offensive move.
He's excelling today then.
Yeah. Colley back in the game. Catch and shoot Gamble. He was wanting it. That was a little bit of a heat check. And look at Colley go get the rebound. Drives to the basket, is fouled, and will shoot 2 free throws. Colley went after that one big time. Gamble went over, slapped his hand and said, way to save me, way to pick me up. Just had to shoot. I hadn't missed any from there yet. 4-point lead for Tampa. Make it 5. Colley, 77% free throw shooter. Eckerd is without Shaquille Harris tonight. He's out with the flu. There have been, I guess the flu bug's been going around the Eckerd College campus. And
there's been nasty stuff all around the Tampa area.
Yeah.
And people are reacting in different ways. Some it's just a flat-out cold. Some bronchitis.
3-point shot right there by Daly is no good. Collie to Duncan. Lost the handle out of bounds. That's going to just be a turnover. Good transition defense by Tom Ryan's team that time, and McLaurin, who got a quick breather, comes back in for Baori. McLaurin is a guy who can also run the point if asked. I mean, I've seen that. I've seen him in some of the games I called his freshman year. He would have the ball in his hands at the end if the game was on the line. Tie game, or you needed a 3 to win, that kind of thing.
That's the kind of player you want.
He's the guy. He has been the man there for now 4 seasons. Inside to Radoncic, and Moreno doubled down and got it. Ibrahim picked up by McLaurin. He goes into Bellarmine. Tampa with not great spacing at the moment, but Moreno finds himself open for a 3 in the corner, and he hits it. Moreno, 31% shooter from deep. He's now hit 2 out of 4 tonight. He's got 8 points off the bench. 9-point lead for Tampa. That's the largest of the game. McLaurin, right elbow jumper, short. Went and got his own rebound, though. And they'll reset with a fresh shot clock. Well, it didn't take long for the shot by Daly to go up. It's no good. Bellarmine aboard.
He's got 7 rebounds now.
Yeah, he has definitely come to play tonight.
Downer.
He and Downer have taken care of the glass. They are 2 very athletic guys, tall, lengthy. They go up and get it. Here's Collie for 3. No good. Radoncic, strong rebound that time. Again, Armin Radoncic on the floor right now. His brother Admir was on the floor earlier. Armin is number 30. Admir is 34. He's tried a couple, and he thought about it pulling the trigger yet again. Daly can shoot the 3 and just doesn't get that one to go. He's made 31 of 74, 42% on the season, so, it's not a bad shot.
No.
If you're Tom Ryan, you don't mind him shooting that. It just hasn't gone so far tonight. He's 0 for 3.
They are 1 of 8 for 3.
And they have him 0 for 2. I guess maybe one of his shots didn't get scored, and there's a turnover by Moreno. Back into the game is Higgins, and also coming back in is Damian Gordon, a freshman from Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch High School. He'll come into the game after this timeout. 6:52 left in the first half. It's Tampa 26, Eckerd 17 on TampaSpartans.tv and the SSC Digital Network. Firehouse sponsors UT Athletics. For fresh-made hot or cold subs, visit Firehouse Subs. At Firehouse, their subs are made the firefighter way, served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard, Firehouse, founded by firemen. Walter's Press Box on Southdale Mabry is Tampa's original sports emporium and eatery. Serving for more than 20 years, the Press Box is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big games. The Press Box, located at 222 Southdale Mabry. And the Barnes & Noble bookstore on campus has all your needs in one spot. Stop by, grab the latest UT gear, snacks on the run, as well as thousands of accessories for everyday needs. Open Monday through Saturday, located on the first floor of the Vaughn Center, or shop online at utampa.bn, as in Barnes & Noble, utampa.bncollege.com. Scott Lynn, Jack Ike with you. 6:52 left in the first half. Tampa with its biggest lead of 9 points.
Neither team burning it up. Tampa, the hottest shooting team at 8 for 25, 32%. 8 for 26 for Eckerd.
30% or so.
Yep. Tampa, though, with 5 more 3-pointers.
Gordon drives into the lane, and a held ball, arrow pointing to Eckerd, so they'll keep possession. Anthony Gamble and Marco Downer, who had gotten a breather, come back into the game here for Duncan and for Freddie Ibrahim. Collie, Downer.
Freddie's first break of the day.
Yeah. Here's McLaurin going to run the show here. Off the out of bounds. To the basket he goes. Downer tried to block it, but with a left hand, McLaurin, the honorable mention All-America, last season, shows his skills. He's got 14. I think they put the score up on the wrong basket there. On the scoreboard here it says 28-17, and I think it's...
Keep it in my head here.
It's very wrong at the moment. Both teams' score is wrong. Downer puts it up and in.
That's 28-19, I believe.
Well, they're updating some of it, but it's still not right on the stats monitor or on the scoreboard.
Now they've got it really wrong.
They're working on it. 28-17 is now what it says. There's a three-point shot by Hagens, no good. Colley the rebound. I can't swear to you.
19.
I couldn't testify before Congress that that's the score, but it says 28-19 on the scoreboard.
I believe that's correct now. Now the stats monitor was wrong, but in a different way, and it's still wrong.
And now timeout. A push, a foul on the drive. That's Damian Gordon picking up the personal foul, his first.
All right, I'm going to get the old Hewlett-Packard out here and keep track myself.
Yep, pretty much. I remember paying like $200 for a scientific calculator back in the day. Wouldn't cost that much now.
And you get
lobbed it
10
down.
times more power.
Yeah. And three for Moreno. Air ball. Here comes McClung. Gilbert, three from the wing. No good. Colley the rebound. Radoncic and Downer were kind of tied up. No whistle. Reverse by Gamble. You love his shooting from deep, but that's a big-time reverse right there. And that makes it 30-19, I think. Gilbert. Stavrev, good three-point shooter. You let him shoot that, he's going to make that.
I tell you, those are rainmakers.
Yeah. He came into the game 41%, 53 of 129, the most attempts on the Triton squad and the most makes from three-point land. Kitko Stavrev out of Bulgaria.
Did a little lobbying with the ref. He went down hard last time down the court.
Whistle and a foul down low. I believe it's on Gordon. It'll be his second. Bayoy is going to come into the game for Marquise Gilbert. Moreno will sit down as Freddie Ibrahim comes back. Colley to inbound. Gets it to Ibrahim. 20 seconds to shoot. Gamble feeling it. Still, he's made 5 from deep. 5 out of 6 from downtown for Anthony Gamble. Stavrev says, anything you can do? Oh. And look at Bayoy go and get that offensive board. 6-foot point guard in there battling, and that's what he does. Downer throws that one into next week.
Yes.
And with 3:53 left, there's timeout on the floor.
Big plays at both ends.
Yep, they'll have to reset the shot clock because it shows 30, but they'll have the ball. Eckerd will have the ball when they come out of the timeout. So, 33-22 is the score on the scoreboard here at the Martinez Athletic Center. And we're pretty sure that is the score. Sometimes we have to just hope. But there's a break, so we'll take one as well here with an 11-point Tampa lead. 3:53 left, first half, 33-22. Mart's First Class Coach. That's the official chariot of the Spartans. If you need to charter a bus, you go online to www.martsfirst.com. That's M-A-R-T-Z, first, F-I-R-S-T, all one word, martsfirst.com. Crown Plaza offers business travelers high levels of comfort, service, and amenities. Visit Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts. Crown Plaza, the place to meet. And did you know that our team has its own official orthopedic physicians? Yes, let's give a big shout out to Seth Gasser, Dr. Seth, and the Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team for keeping our players safe and providing athletic training services and medical care to UT student athletes.
So we have our own bus, our own orthopedic physicians.
Mm-hmm.
We have an official soft drink.
Well, we should have, because you and I keep Pepsi in business. I know that. 3:53 left in the half. They did reset the shot clock to 22 seconds. And they inbound to McClung. Treshawn McClung. 6'5", 190. He's put on a real show many times at the MacArthur Center. Ball stolen here by Colley. Kept it alive.
Smartly pulls it back.
And Tom Ryan saying, how can he tip it to himself 4 times? Ball running up the floor.
It was legal.
Never had possession, but I don't know.
It's legal.
You're an old ref, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, if you say so, Jack.
Old.
Here's Colley working on Bayori. Bayori gives it to Downer, and now here's Bellarmine with 1 to shoot. Got it away and did not hit iron, so it's a shot clock
possession there. So Tom Ryan gets his redemption.
Indeed.
He just turned it over 30 seconds later. Blocked out of bounds.
Wow. Who's having fun out here?
I don't know who they give him to, Bellarmine or Downer.
Well, I've got Downer with 4 blocks, Bellarmine with 1 at the moment. 3 minutes left, first half. To the basket. Put up. Nope. A whistle and a foul, and Damian Gordon will go to the charity stripe.
A little too much body by Downer there, but just his first foul.
Downer with 4 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 block shots in 11 minutes. Gamble has 17 points. He's made 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. My goodness. And Bellarmine with just 2 points, but 8 rebounds on a block. That's who's been taking care of business on the Tampa side.
Anthony was halfway to equaling his school record.
Yeah, he set the school record with 10 blocks, or tied it, I think, actually. Tied the school record with 10 in his most recent game. And now checking into the lineup is Doug Williams Jr. playing in just his 8th game of the season. And yes, he's Doug Williams Jr., but not the Doug Williams of Tampa Buccaneer fame back in the day, or Washington Redskins fame. Boy, there's a very dangerous pass by Moreno, but Bellarmine went and got it. A 3 back in, and he's laughing. And he goes, yeah, I didn't mean to do that. But he's feeling it. Well, 6 of 7 from deep.
You know,
and he pointed at you again. Do you see that?
Yeah. Got to give you a point for that one. You know, just before, as he jumped up, a player from Eckerd came flying in from the side, altered his shot a little, so he just wanted to get it up there.
I think he was going in to try to get the rebound, and then it banked in, and he was just like, oh, I'm just, it's just unreal. Bahari.
Just before that, you'll have to believe me, I was going to say Anthony gets one more for half.
I believe you. Okay. The 3-point shot by Bahari is no good. He's going to get another open look. No, he goes inside. Radonjic is fouled. Admir with a chance for a 3-point play.
Those brothers are a couple physical brothers in there.
Yeah, they're both tough. Admir's had more playing time. He's had 26 games and averaging 5.5 points, almost 3 rebounds a game. Admir 6'8", redshirt junior. As I mentioned, did not play last year because he redshirted with an injury.
He's wearing a big knee brace.
Yeah, he scored 21 points against Delta State earlier this year. Armin has only scored a season-high 3 points. No, check that, 4 points 3 times. And his career high is 8. So free throw coming right here as Radonjic picks up his second personal foul. This is Admir, number 34. Okay, misses the free throw. Downer.
Kind of a knuckleball going up there.
Downer's missed both of his free throw attempts here so far. He's shooting now about 35% from the line for the season.
Rotation.
But that one was nice. McLaurin's going to get a breather here. And also, he has just one personal foul, I guess. They don't want him to pick up his second the final 2 minutes. 2 fouls for Radonjic and for Gordon. Tampa has nobody with 2 fouls. There's a nice fall-away shot, drained by Doug Williams Jr. He has only had 5 points all season, but that one looked nice. A nice move. Ibrahim to Bellarmine. Top of the key. A lot of time to shoot. Moreno drives. Lost the handle, out of bounds.
Yeah.
And Richard Schmidt's not happy. Do not want turnovers. That's the 9th turnover for Tampa in this game. Eckerd's done a nice job only turning it over 4 times. Doncic passes to Williams Jr., Doug Williams Jr. On top to Bahori, 10 to shoot. Bahori kicks it out on top to Doug Williams Jr., and that's going to be a blocking foul called. Not a shooting foul at this point, only the 15th foul for Tampa. Moreno picks up the personal, his second. He becomes the first Tampa player with 2 personals.
Alberto saying he kind of ducked his shoulder and went into me, which he did, but they also said he didn't have the spot.
And Colley's coming in for Moreno, I think, for one reason, so that he doesn't say anything to the official. He just picked up his second. You don't want to get a technical, which would give you a third. So, yep, that's a good substitution right there. Doug Williams Jr. to the basket is going to be called for travel. Good defense by Fede Ibrahim. He just kind of stepped back and let him fall to the ground. He was trying to
pull the chair out.
Yep. Tampa's going to call a timeout, set up a play here. There's 50.6 seconds left in the half, so Tampa will, in all likelihood, just have one opportunity, although they might go 2 for 1 and get a quick shot away.
I say they go quickly with an Anthony Gamble 3.
Banking it in? Are you going to go that far as calling it?
Just a 3.
Okay. All right.
Anthony, he banked that one in, but he doesn't take them from the top of the key that often. He likes his wings.
Right. Well, Tampa led by as many as 12. It's an 8-point game right now. Eckerd beat Tampa back on January 23rd in St. Petersburg, 69-59. Bahori had 18 points, 8 assists, and 5 steals in that game. Marco coming off his career best assist night, actually against Rollins on Saturday. He had 9 assists. He had 3 double-doubles last season. He almost had a triple-double this year against Shaw. 10 points, 10 boards, 9 assists in one game. He was the MVP of the SSC tournament last year. Had a career-high 6 steals against Barry in the title game of the SSC tournament.
Oh, backcourt pressure, then a trap.
Well, that might take Tampa out of whatever they were thinking of doing. If they were going to go 2 for 1, I think they've changed their mind.
Yep.
Bellarmine got away with a walk, I think.
He did.
And Williams is fouled in the backcourt by Bellarmine, trying to slap at it and picking up his second personal foul. Let's see if Doug Williams Jr. is going to be okay. Got him right in the nose, I think. Williams played just 3 minutes and scored 2 points against Tampa in St. Pete. So the shot clock is off with 29.8 seconds to go. Eckerd will have the final shot of the half and a chance to get back a little closer. It's 8 now. It could be 5 or 6 if they score here.
10 here.
Bahori will create off the dribble in all likelihood, and now timeout is called by Tom Ryan to set up the
must be the use it or lose it timeout too.
Yep,
yeah,
I think so. Well, we talk about Richard Schmidt, 14 NCAA tournament teams took the Spartans to the Final Four in 2001, 18 20-win seasons, just so much success. Obviously, Justin Peck has been a part of that the last 10 years. He's been assistant coach and now associate head coach. Tom Ryan, in his 23 years at Eckerd, has taken 11 teams to the NCAA tournament, including the last 3 years. 13 20-win seasons, including the last 3. They had a streak at one point of 7 consecutive 20-win seasons from 2001 to 7. 5 NCAA tournament appearances in the Elite 8 during that stretch, I should say, 7 20-win seasons. There were 5 NCAA tournaments in those 7 years, and they made the Elite Eight in 2003 when both Marcus Chief Bryant and assistant coach Kendrick Wilson were on that team. Whistle and a foul on Colley, and that puts them in a shooting situation. A 1-and-1 coming up.
Didn't really want to give that one unless for some reason they just wanted to get the ball.
No, I think he was just trying to get the steal.
Yeah.
And so 1-and-1 for Beori, who is the team's best free throw shooter at 84%, which ranks 3rd best in conference games. And he missed. Down to the rebound. His 8th point. But he turns it over. They kick it out. A 3 is around and out. No. Put up by Stavros. No good. And Eckerd College can't believe it. Tom Ryan just claps his hands and smiles, saying, well, you can't ask for 3 or 4 better looks than we just had.
Tampa dodged a bullet there, too.
They did indeed. So we've come to the end of the first half here in Tampa. It's a long way from over. These two rivals are going to get after it for 20 more minutes, and who knows, maybe then some. We'll see. 37-29, your halftime score. Will come back in about 12 minutes with the scoring update, and we'll have all that for you when we continue here on TampaSpartans.tv and the SSC Digital Network.
Kendrick Wilson and John Cabino, they've been assistants for as long as I've been here, 5 years at least. I mean, maybe long, obviously maybe longer.
Yeah.
They're both volunteer coaches. I saw on the website, volunteer assistants. They have other jobs. But they're always there. So I did not know that until just a couple days, yesterday, day before. I'm just looking at some of the tweets about the Congress here.
I was going to ask you. I was just going to ask you. Did you listen to any of that?
I was watching it all day today till I left about 2 o'clock. It was pretty interesting.
It was nasty.
Oh, it was really nasty. Oh my God.
I put my headphones on while I was doing work.
Apparently, one of the people that I follow, an MSNBC person, says this, with periods after every word, this is one powerful finale. So I don't know what's happened here at the end, but I can't wait to get home and to watch Rachel. I tape Rachel every night at 9 o'clock. She's really good, I mean, she's really good at what she does. Hey. All right, I'm going to come back here at the 3-minute mark.
So many
yeah.
men's basketball halftime.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess let's see.
Which one do we care
about? We are 1 game behind Palm Beach Atlantic.
And 1 game ahead of Embry.
1 game ahead. Yeah, 2 games ahead of Embry, right? Or is it 1 game?
Palm Beach Atlantic is getting pummeled 51-31 at half.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's
by Nova.
That's good to know. Okay. We could talk about that when we come out.
Okay.
So Tampa's 1 game behind Palm Beach. So if they win, they're tied with Palm Beach at 7.
Yeah.
And did we beat Palm Beach twice? I'm trying to remember. Or did we split?
I think we split. Let me check. Lost first time. Beat them the second time.
Okay. So then
lost here and won there.
All right. No, but that would be it would tie them into it. At least we could do that. Talk about tiebreakers yet to be determined and 1 game left and all that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do some scoring.
Okay.
Let's do the score right out of the chute here. Okay. I'll do it. I'll bring us in. Here we go.
Scott Lynn and Jack Ike with you here from Tampa, where it is 37-29 in favor of the Spartans over the Eckerd College Tritons here. This big game in the Sunshine State Conference. Shooting performance by Anthony Gamble, unbelievable. 6 of 7 from deep. He scored 20 points in his 18 minutes on the floor. He has been the one reason again, 3-point shooting's the difference. He's made 6. Alberto Moreno's made 2. Spartans are 8 of 17 from 3-point range. They're 8 of 12, just those 2 guys. The rest of the team 0 of 5. But Eckerd College is 2 of 15 from deep. There's 6 more made threes. That's 12 points, and Spartans only lead by 8.
Right.
So that's obviously Tom Ryan. I was watching in the hallway here at halftime. He was huddled up with his assistants, Kendrick Wilson and Chief Bryant, John Cabino, trying to figure out how do we stop Anthony Bryant. Well, we'll see if they make some sort of adjustment here in the second half. But as you said, you also can't you live and die by the 3. You got to be careful. But we talked about how Tampa is still got a shot at maybe 7th place in the Sunshine State Conference if they win tonight. What would happen? They were starting the night 1 game behind Barry, right? No, Palm Beach Atlantic. Palm Beach Atlantic. And how's PBA doing tonight?
Palm Beach Atlantic is getting pummeled at halftime by Nova Southeastern, 51-31.
Okay.
Just getting ready to start the second half.
In all likelihoods, Palm Beach Atlantic will lose that game tonight. Again, you're talking about a great team that they're losing by 22 at half. So if by chance Tampa holds on, they would be in an exact tie with 1 game remaining for both teams, again for the 7th seed. So we've talked about them not wanting to drop out of the top 8, but they could even actually move up and not have to play the number 1 seed in the first round if they can finish with a couple of wins here down the stretch.
Which would avoid Nova Southeastern.
Indeed. All right. A couple other stats here from the first half before we get going. Tampa shoots 42% in the first half. Eckerd 29.7%. 11 of 30 37. Tampa was 13 of 31. Tampa with a rebound advantage, 26-20, thanks to their twin towers of sorts in Marco Downer and Cedric Bellarmine. They've each recorded 8 rebounds in the first half. 4 block shots for Downer, 1 for Bellarmine. So those two guys, 16 rebounds and 5 block shots between them. Tampa led by as many as 12. Eckerd had a 2-point lead early on, and it's 37-29 as we get ready to start the final 20 minutes.
Interestingly, though, Eckerd has taken 6 more shots than the Spartans at this point.
Eckerd College beat Rollins Saturday 70-62 to snap a 3-game losing streak. Again, normally they get to where they're playing better at the end of the year, but again, they've had some illnesses and some things. And again, no Shaquille Harris tonight. He's out with the flu. Tampa, though, not feeling bad for anybody based on their leading scorer, Pat Bacon, out for the season after just 3 games. Vincent Biffle, who was averaging 13 points and 6 rebounds a game, hasn't played now in 12 of the last 13. They don't know if they'll get him back. He's starting to practice now, but we'll see if he's back, if they can get into the SSC tournament and perhaps go deep. Spartans have it to start the second half, and it's going to be an offensive foul called.
Campbell positioning on the pick.
Yep.
And he knew it.
Yeah, first foul. That was a design play, and unfortunately, from a Tampa perspective, they took it out of the playbook, and it did not get a hoop, which it was designed for. So here comes Eckerd. You know that they're going to be a lot more fired up here than they were even in the first half. Whistle and a foul on Bellarmine. That will be his third.
Yeah.
So here we are, 26 seconds into the second half, and Cedric Bellarmine gets his third foul.
And he goes to Brent Duncan.
And here's Higgins, who started the game by launching a lot of three-pointers. He was posted up, down deep. I wonder if that's going to be one of the ideas that they were using here, going, hey, let's get these guys in foul trouble.
Right.
You now have Bellarmine with 3, and here comes Brent Duncan off the bench. Well, that's a big loss, again, from a Tampa perspective. Bellarmine had been really tough on the glass. 8 boards, 2 assists, 2 points. And Downer goes and grabs that rebound, his 9th board of the game. 37-30, Tampa by 7. Higgins making just 1 of 2 there. And they're going to be in tight. Look at McLaurin is really tight right here on Gamble.
Yep.
Not going to give him an open look no matter what.
4 on the shot clock.
Freddie has to launch from 3, and Ibrahim hit it. Knocked it down. He has been red hot from 3-point range in recent games. Ibrahim makes his first 3 of the night. He'd missed his first 2. Look, they go down low to Higgins. Here comes Stavlov. Bounce pass to McLaurin cutting. He fakes Downer, and Downer, though, got his 10th rebound right there.
He hung with it.
Yeah, McLaurin with a great move inside. Got himself free, but just didn't finish. Ibrahim feeling it. No good. Duncan. There's a whistle on a foul in the battle for the board. And it's going to be on Gilbert, I think. Marquise Gilbert picks up his first personal foul.
Richard Schmidt deciding to go with the 3-guard offense.
As Duncan sits down.
Puts in
Moreno. 10-point lead for Tampa. Moreno to the basket. Lays it up and in. Largest lead is equaled right here at 12 points. 42-30. Nice pump fake, and to the basket goes Higgins. He knows that Marco Downer is going to try to block every shot.
Yeah, it's hard not to fall for that one.
That was a nice pump fake. He drew it. Here goes Moreno. Whistle on a foul on Stavlov. Free throws coming from Moreno. Moreno's first year as a starter. He's a 2-year letter winner, junior, out of Gran Canaria. averaging 12.4 points, 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists, which ranks 8th in the SSC, and 1.8 steals, 5th in the SSC. He has played, when they had all the different injuries, they had all these point guards out. Pat Bacon, who'd played point some. Devon Colley was out for 5 games and missed the first 3 games of the season with a transfer issue. So Ibrahim and Moreno basically ran the point.
Right.
Moreno started at the point. He started 16 of the 22 games that he's played this season. And he played well at the point. Really got guys involved.
Whoa, that's got to be an offense. No.
And one.
Wow.
Higgins with some strength to the basket. Well, there's no question Richard Schmidt agrees with you, Jack. He is saying he knocked him down. But Higgins is strong. I mean, he is 6'7", 230, and that's 230 of solid muscle. The foul on Downer, his second.
He dipped the shoulder.
And he got away with it. 44 to 35. 9-point game. Moreno. Colley on top. Tough shot. Oh, how did he get that to go? Devon Colley with his first field goal of the game. He's got 2 points. It's an 11-point lead for Tampa. Billy tried to get it to Higgins. Off his hands, out of bounds. Turnover. Just, what, the 5th or 6th of the game? 6th of the game, I think. I think we had a momentary issue here. They asked Marquise Gilbert if he needed to tie his shoe or something, but I guess he's okay.
He fell for that one? Your shoes untied?
Ibrahim brings it across, defended by Gilbert. Skip pass over to Colley. Into the corner it goes. Moreno drives baseline, is fouled on the drive.
Oh, don't waste those, Anthony.
And yes, Anthony Gamble did hit it. Oh, they say he stepped on the line. Man, I thought he was forced on the line. And that's what the head coach of the
Spartans says, my players don't step out of bounds on their own.
Yeah. Well, bull in a china shop stuff going on at both ends of the floor. Downer with another rebound. He's got 11. Bounce pass to Moreno. Tried to get it to Downer, and it's a turnover. I think Coach Schmidt would have been happy if Moreno had just shot the layup there.
Yeah.
Both teams struggling a bit to start the second half. Higgins with a miss. Stavrev is going to foul Colley going over his back.
It's getting a little chippy out there right now.
The official does a nice job coming in and saying, hey guys, let's calm down.
Let's see if they can keep their egos in check here.
Yes. 11-point lead for Tampa. Inside it goes. Moreno gives the Spartans their largest advantage of 13. 48-35. 16 minutes left. Eckerd has been befuddled. Shooting 30% from the field. Beori for 3. Around and out. Stavrev got it. He's fouled. Going up for 2. And Gamble picks up his second personal foul. So Bellarmine with 3. Downer, Moreno, and Gamble each have 2. For Eckerd College, Stavres has 3 fouls. 2 fouls for Radoncic and for Gordon. And again, Radoncic, that is Admir with 2 fouls. So timeout with 15:50 left here in regulation. Tampa 48, Eckerd 35 on the SSC Digital Network. Florida Orthopedic Urgent Care sponsors UT Athletics. Give it up for the Spartan team of physicians of Florida Orthopedic Institute, Florida's largest orthopedic group, and to Dr. Seth Gasser and his sports medicine team for keeping our players active and safe on and off the court with the Ortho Urgent Care located just minutes away in South Tampa. And Sodexo is a sponsor. And of course, campus folk know all about Sodexo. University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics is Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website and check dining services for their variety and hours. Again, Eckerd College played in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament last year after winning the SSC tourney. Ended up 27-6. Tom Ryan, as the head coach, has won 5 Sunshine State Conference championships, took teams to 11 NCAA tournaments, named the National Coach of the Year in 2001.
Oh.
Stavrev to the line.
Oh.
He shoots his three-pointers and free throws pretty much alike. Yeah, a lot of arc. That's just his 12th free throw attempt of the season. And this is a guy who has played a ton. It's just that he's a three-point shooter, it seems like, for the most part. Makes 1 of 2, 12-point game. Moreno drives, throws it up weakly, and same as a turnover there.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a shot attempt, but we'll see. Out to Hagens for 3. Well, he can't buy one tonight. No. McLaurin saves it, ends up in the hands of Stavrev. Feeds inside. They lost the handle. Baori's in the lane. There's a lot of guys in the lane for a long time there, and instead Eckerd gets an and one.
Wow. This is, to be honest with you, that point in the game where the Spartans just have to be smart. They've had games this season and over the years, fairly sizable leads at this point. 10 to 15 minutes left in the second half, and not been able to close them out.
The foul is on Moreno, his third, and McLaurin, who gets his first points of the second half, has a chance to make it a single-digit deficit at this point.
And that's 5 fouls already this half for Tampa.
Eckerd has only 3, so Stavrev, who's been playing with 3 fouls, is going to get a breather here as McLaurin to the line. Just a 69% free throw shooter, but that one looked good. He's made more and shot more than anybody else on the Eckerd team. 9-point lead for Tampa. 15-10 left in the game. Ibrahim, no-look pass for 3. Yeah. He is on fire. No question about it. 7 of 8 from deep for Anthony Gamble.
His first of this half.
There was a game we had earlier here that he made 7 of 9 to start and then ended up, I think, 7 for 11 for the game, but he's 7 of 8, even hotter in this one. Well, he thought about a 3, looked at the line, stepped back, gets it inside with Ancic, working inside on Downer. Blocked by Downer. But back, McLaurin got it. The shot clock should not have been reset.
No.
It did not hit the rim, and now another circus shot. 3-on-2. Tampa. Gamble says, "Give it to me!" And that one was the easiest shot of the night, I think, and he missed it. Well, he said, "I can try it from 2-point." That was the heat check.
Yeah.
With a little PS afterwards.
2 open.
The first shot, no problem. The second one might have been a little quick.
Yeah.
All things considered. A 12-point lead and a lot of time left.
That's travel.
With Ancic, got it inside. McLaurin misses a jump hook. Ibrahim the rebound. Shots just aren't falling. They're shooting 25%, under 25% here in the second half. 28% for the game. Colley leaves it for Ibrahim. Nice. Laid up and in, a nice cut. And Colley with a beautiful find. He picks up his 5th assist. Baori has 6 assists to go with his 4 rebounds, but he has not scored today. Baori averages 10 points a game. Inside, no good. Hagens wanted a foul. So does Tom Ryan. He's yelling at the refs. Gamble is fouled on the drive to the basket by Gianni Daly. Eckerd has missed its last 4 shots and made just 1 of its last 10. They've been over 2 minutes without a basket, or without any points at all, for that matter. 24 on the shot clock as Colley will inbound. McLaurin tips it, and he comes into the hands of Ibrahim. Cutting Duncan. Shot blocked by Admir Radoncic.
Refs are kind of letting them play this half.
Yes, they are. Not a lot of whistles. Here is Darushan McLaurin. Blocked, pinned on the glass by Downer.
Ibrahim's like, wow, I haven't seen that one.
As I've said, he leads the SSC in block shots. The last 7 games, he's had 36 blocks, 5.1 per game. And tonight, he has 6 again. So that's now 42. And a whistle and a foul. Eckerd will inbound. The foul on Duncan, his
Next
first.
Foul will be the bonus.
Yeah, 16 foul. Eckerd with 4 here in the half. 12:35 remaining. McLaurin directing traffic. Baylor for 3. Whistle. The shot will not count. We had Radoncic
I think the
and
referees
Duncan hooked up
are a
there.
little bit frustrated with things. He just kind of stared at Radoncic.
It's going to be a foul on Duncan as he tied up Radoncic. And that's going to be free throws.
Yep.
So Admir goes to the line. He is just a 53% shooter.
But the referee kind of stomped his foot like your parents would do.
Yeah.
Listen, boys.
And I think the whistle came before Bayor's 3-point attempt. It would not have counted had that shot gone in. Good free throw there by Admir. Admir Radoncic now with 5 points. Check that, 4 points. No, I was going to say now 5, but no, a rebound by Downer, his 12th. His season high was 15 last game against Nova Southeastern. It's part of his triple-double with the 10 block shots. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ibrahim gives to Downer, who says, somebody come take it.
Somebody other than me.
4 to shoot. Ibrahim launches, got rim, and here comes Bayor. Bounce pass to McLaurin, lays it up and in. Beautiful fast break by the Tritons, makes it an 11-point game.
Campbell did the smart thing, just let him go. Was not worth a foul to try to disrupt.
Bayor now with 7 assists, 5 rebounds, still scoreless, but he ran the fast break perfectly that time. Ibrahim drives into the lane, draws a double team, gets it out to Gamble. 7 to shoot. Colley looked up, saw it. He goes to the basket. Here's Gamble. Whistle on travel is called on Colley. Just lost his footing. And Richard Schmidt is letting Colley have it verbally, and Colley's coming right back at him saying, hey, I just slipped. 11:28 left here in Tampa. It is the Spartans leading the Tritons 53-42. Scott Lynn, Jack Ike with you.
Spartans will be hitting the road.
1 game left.
1 game left in the regular season. They are at Lynn on Saturday. And then the SSC tournament starts next Wednesday. Well, actually, they say March 6th through 10th. I think it might be Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it's
Campus sites.
Yes, the women's game will be here, obviously, because they clinched the number 2 seed tonight. They would already had home court advantage. There was no way they were going to fall out of the top 4. So the women will play Wednesday night. But I think you're correct. Especially since, well, and again, they'll be on the road, so it doesn't matter as far as availability of the gym.
At the moment, they would be going to Nova Southeastern if they are in 8th.
again, the way it looks, if they hold on, it looks like they'll be tied with Palm Beach Atlantic for 7th.
Yes.
Those two teams split their game, so then you go into the tiebreaker, and we'll just let everybody figure that out after Saturday.
Just tell us.
Just tell us who we're playing and where we have to go. All right. Eckerd with the ball, down 11. Baori. Doncic back to Baori. Trying to get his first points, and he drops a 3. 31% shooter from deep. He'd missed his first 3 from downtown. That's his first basket of the game. 3 points now for Baori. It's now an 8-point game. Downer misses an 18-footer straight away.
Not usually how it goes.
No.
Campbell posts up and feeds Downer for the jumper.
Yeah, Richard Schmidt just threw his head back and said that was not what we wanted right there. A lot of time left in this one. 10 minutes, 45 seconds.
Block.
Great effort. Another block, indeed. That one was partially blocked, I think, and coming down with it on the line is Doncic. So it's Tampa ball.
Downer's waving 2 fingers like, give me 2 blocks.
I got 2 there. Maybe he wants 2 minutes of
Scoreboard now.
Well, that has never happened here.
No.
At some point, I got to think the Sunshine State Conference is going to say something about this because it has been a regular occurrence.
Yep.
And I know that Tampa wants to fix it, but it might be something that comes about at the end of the season. There might be some wire issues. I mean, a lot of this is an older, gym, older wires running to the scoreboard, so it's not for lack of caring that this is happening, but it's happening far too frequently, and it serves as a timeout for Tom Ryan.
Yeah, I would use it.
8-point game, 53-45. Quick look at the scoring leader. Gamble with 23, thanks to his 7 of 9 now from 3-point range. He made 7 of his first 8. Moreno with 14 points off the bench. Downer with 5 points and 12 rebounds. And very impressive. Colley 4 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. On the Eckerd side of things, 17 points for Deshaun McCline. He has 6 rebounds as well. 11 points for Higgins, just 1 of 7 from 3-point range, however.
All right, it's back.
And here we go. Spartans with the ball, leading by 8. Still more than a half of the second half to go. Gamble had to jump high to get it, so he couldn't rise up after catching the skip pass. Moreno drives. Gamble lost the handle. Goes inside to Downer. Moreno got an open 3 from the corner. No. Baori the rebound. Here he comes. He's starting to get into transition. Then he lays it up and in. I'm telling you what, he can take over a game. The senior from Seminole High makes it a 6-point game. 2-possession game, folks. With still almost 10 minutes remaining. Colley drives and runs right in to Doncic, but they're saying there's a held ball before he got into him. Oh, man. He's actually very fortunate, even though it's going to be an arrow pointing the other direction, so it will be Eckerd ball, right?
Yeah.
Unless they've... Yes, it is.
They called it jump ball.
So it was either going to be a charge or a held ball, and it was going to go to Eckerd, so that's about as good as can happen as it gets for Tampa in that situation, because the arrow will then switch to Tampa after the ball is inbounded. But again, Eckerd on a big run here.
8-0. It was a 14-point lead.
At the 13:37 mark was 14 points. It's now 6. And that's, 4 minutes? Less than 4 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it was 15 minutes to go, I said.
Yeah, 8-0.
Not secure for Tampa.
Yeah, you did say that. I heard you. It's an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 32 seconds as Tampa's missed its last 4 shots and 6 of its last 7. Been a real pleasure working with you all season, Jack
Yes,
Ike.
it has.
And we'll have, of course, the women's game at home next week, Wednesday night, I believe. And but this is the last men's game for us, and it has been a lot of fun. I thank Justin Pekka for joining us at halftime of all the women's home games, giving us previews of the men's games to come.
Now we're just going to have to meet socially.
I guess so. We've been talking about doing that more often. We went to a Doobie Brothers concert together one night.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you because I wasn't sure how you'd feel about it, but I actually got involved in the pre-sale for the Peter Frampton show coming up September 7th at the Florida Amphitheater.
And I heard he's like on his farewell tour.
He is. It's his farewell tour because of a degenerative muscle issue. He said that he can still play well now, but it might not be the case a year from now.
Yeah.
So he's saying goodbye. Steal by Gamble. Oh, that's a big anticipation play right there by the senior on senior night here at UT. Moreno gives back to Gamble. Look at. I'll tell you what, Baylor is not giving him an inch to try to get a shot away.
No.
And now a push as Moreno. The Spartans are denied a basket because the whistle came on Baylor.
Gamble's going to have to get his shots off kickouts.
Yeah. That is the foul on Baylor, his first. 15 foul. Tampa's already in the bonus as far as they have 17 fouls, so Eckerd is shooting. Tampa still has to get a couple more fouls on Eckerd before they can shoot a one-on-one. Gamble, catch and shoot, long three. Ball's hit another! 8 of 10 from deep for Anthony Gamble.
And that was deep. That was about 4 or 5 feet beyond the line.
He spotted up out on the A on the Tampa logo on the far side. A big three makes it a 9-point game again. Stavrev, who was a good three-point shooter, didn't look to take one there. Gave it to McCloin. Radoncic now driving into the lane, kicking. Here's a Stavrev fall-away jumper off the iron. Good inside position by Downer. He picks up his 13th rebound. Just 2 away from tying his career high. Skip pass to Moreno, lost the ball. He took off before the ball got there. He's lucky to get it back. What a bounce pass into the cutting Ibrahim. Devon Colley with the bounce pass. Great anticipation, a beautiful play, and Tom Ryan just sits down. He can't believe it. His team got hoodwinked on that particular play.
Still Princeton offense there.
Nice pass inside to Radoncic. Over Downer. No good. Downer tips it up once. Got it. Nope. Baori. If it's on the ground inside, he's going to come out of there with it.
Yeah.
He's got 7 rebounds now and 7 assists, and Tom Ryan takes a timeout. It's an 11-point lead for Tampa. Tom Ryan did not like what happened the last 2 trips down. You had Anthony Gamble spot up for a catch-and-shoot 3, albeit from pretty much Seminole. And then the last time down, spread out offense, and they caught Eckerd College looking, napping a bit as the cutting from the weak side from the left wing, and a beautiful read by Colley, and a long bounce pass caught Ibrahim in stride. He laid it in, and it's an 11-point game with 7:58 remaining. Still a lot of time for Eckerd. Again, the Tritons, 4th in the Sunshine State Conference. They need to be in the top 4 to host a game next week. They have 1 game left, Saturday at home against Embry-Riddle on Senior Day. They started this game tonight 1 game ahead of Berry, the 5th place team.
Berry a 63-62 winner tonight.
Berry did win. So Eckerd must win to stay ahead, or else they'll be tied for 4th with 1 game left. And they'd go into all that tie-breaking stuff, too.
Palm Beach Atlantic still losing by 20. 5 minutes to go against Nova.
All right, sir.
Florida Southern leading St. Leo by 6. 13 minutes to go.
Well,
do I need to tell you about the Tampa game?
Yeah, please. Well, it looked not long ago like all the momentum was on the side of the Tritons.
Yeah, they had it down to 6 and the ball.
Exactly. And a steal by Gamble at the defensive end started this quick turnaround here, and it's back up to 11 just that fast. McLaurin driving on Downer, lost the handle, got it to Baori. Another steal by Gamble. Beautiful steal, great anticipation again by the senior. Playing his last game here on this floor.
Yep. Newsom High School product.
And a shot is blocked right there beautifully by Higgins. Gamble with 2 steals. Time officially.
Very good timing.
Yeah. Rodancic comes out. Stavrev, McLaurin. Doug Williams Jr. on the court now for Eckerd as well. Baori. And Higgins. Here comes the bounce pass. Gamble gives to Downer. Puts it up. Scores! A nice assist by Gamble, but a great catch in traffic by Downer and a beautiful finish. Downer now with 7 points, 13 rebounds, and a 13-point lead for Tampa. Baori lost his footing, managed to keep his dribble. Inside it goes to McLaurin. And it's rejected by Downer. Marco, a little bit of the Kembe Mutombo, everything but it was a shoulder shrug, not a finger wave. Yeah. Finger wave might get you a T.
Yeah.
A shoulder shrug is like, I can't help it.
Yeah.
That's 7, I think. McLaurin misses. Another rebound. Marco Downer's emergence as a presence at the defensive end, and at the offensive end for that matter, has been the reason that Tampa has really come back. They looked like they weren't going to make the conference tournament. And now they've won 4 out of 5, and they're up 13 on Eckerd with 6.5 to play. Ibrahim frees himself for 3. No good. Long rebound. Goes out to McLaurin in traffic. Colley is going to draw the charge on McLaurin. McLaurin picks up his second personal foul. How about Downer? 7 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 blocked shots.
He hits a 3 and blocks 3 more shots.
Yeah, he's got a second straight triple-double if that were to happen. And he still has time to do it. 6:15 remaining, Tampa up 13. This is not the way Tom Ryan won this last game on this floor to go in his coaching career.
But, we both know Tampa's been playing well, and you hit it, Marco Downer. It's a lot to do with that.
And so does he. Freddie Ibrahim has been on fire recently. The last 3 games before this one, he was 14 of 22 from deep. He's now 2 of 6 tonight. Cooled off a little bit, but that's a big one. It's a 16-point game, largest of the game. Colley the rebound, and boy,
they're getting the bounces now.
Eckerd just feels like there's nothing going to go their way now.
Yeah.
A 10-0 run for the Spartans. It was 53-47.
When it was looking a little precarious.
It was. Ibrahim with 10 points. 5 to shoot. It's a 3. A fall-away 3. No good. Baori kept alive by Moreno. It comes up into the hands of Ibrahim, and they will reset. They get a new 30-second shot clock. Tom Ryan trying to urge his team to come out and pick him up. They can't let him run the clock. They're down 16. Next foul will be a 1-and-1, though, for Tampa, so you can't just foul.
Right.
Gamble comes up to set a pick. Ibrahim drives, kicks. Colley for a long 3. No. Long rebound. Doug Williams Jr. gets it and gives to Baori. Baori driving all the way to the basket. Lost the handle. Nope. Got it to McLaurin. McLaurin throws it up. No. Rebound and a whistle and a foul on Tampa. Free throws coming. 18 foul. No matter what it is, it's going to be free throws for Higgins. I think it's on Colley. His second. 4:29 remaining. Marco Downer last game against Nova Southeastern, a game that the Spartans lost in overtime, 97-91, had 12 points, a career-high 15 rebounds, and a career-high 10 blocks, which tied the school record. For that, he was named the Sunshine State Conference Defensive Player of the Week? Well,
Spartans had the men's and women's Defensive Player of the Week.
yes. Dory Nudge was after 2 double-doubles last week, she earned the women's nod for Defensive Player of the Week. Both free throws good. Nudge tonight, I think, was 1 rebound short of another.
Right. Not a high-scoring game.
14-point advantage with 4:15 remaining. This is Damian Gordon defending Colley. Colley drives to the basket, lays it up. Nope. Whistle fouled on the drive. So Colley will go to the line for a 1-on-1 since that's the 7th team foul. 4:09 left. Tampa by 14 and a 1-on-1 for Colley. Colley's pleading for 2, but the officials say 1-on-1. Colley's 77% shooter on the year, so perhaps it won't matter. He makes the first. We mentioned several times earlier in the season for those Tampa fans watching that in a game in high school at Calabar High School, Marco Downer scored 30 points, pulled down 20 rebounds, and had 10 blocked shots. He had a triple-double in high school.
30-20-10 game.
Yep. You don't get a lot of those. But he had one in high school, and he had a triple-double on Saturday, and he is kind of in the hunt for another one here. 7 points, 14 rebounds, and
we've just seen so much progress, development on him this year.
Yeah. I mean, he was totally a project at the start of the year.
Still is.
Yeah. But I like his chances.
The upside is really high.
He was starting to get that ability to just roam, and there's another. That's 8. And I don't think he'll get another one there, but
Colley might.
And we have a timeout under the 4-minute mark. 3:58 left. Tampa 65, Eckerd 49. Tampa ends the season at Lynn on Saturday afternoon. Eckerd will play at home against Embry-Riddle. It'll be senior day there. Marco Beori, the senior who's played all 4 years at Eckerd College. He'll be one of the seniors who will be receiving their honor, if you will. Gianni Daly is a senior, but he is...
I would imagine something for Tom Ryan.
Oh, I've got to think so. His last game, you think? Deshaun McLaurin, of course, as we mentioned, the leading scorer all 4 seasons that he's played there.
So you mentioned at Eckerd that they have had 2 coaches in 55 years.
Yes.
They named the court after the first coach. Are they going to split the court in half?
I don't know. It's the MacArthur Center, Jim Harley Court, and
it's going to be the Harley Ryan Court?
I don't know. Maybe they have to... I don't know. That is a great question. Because certainly Tom Ryan deserves it as well, as he actually has won more games than Jim Harley did.
Are at least equal.
Yep.
Equally as impressive.
And again, Tom Ryan played for Jim Harley, then coached for 9 years under Harley, then took over for Harley. And in 55 years, it's just been Jim Harley and Tom Ryan. Who will be next? Again, I mentioned earlier, I would love to see it be Marcus Bryant, Chief, as he's known at EC. Good guy, and I think a good coach. Whistle and a foul going for the rebound. I think it's on Downer.
No, I think Downer they went over his head.
Oh, you're right. Well, the outside official here, I think, called it the other way.
No.
And so Downer was going down to shoot, but now the 2 officials are going to talk it over. Inside official had it the other way. Outside official maybe had the better view. We'll see. 3:54 left. This is a big decision for Eckerd.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can get to the line with no time going off the clock and hit free throws.
There haven't been a lot of fouls called in this game.
It's going to be on Bellarmine, which will be his 4th foul.
Yeah.
And Bellarmine puts his hands up and said, "What?
I wasn't even near you."
Well, Richard Schmidt just shakes his head and goes and sits down.
But now,
now they did.
They're giving the ball to Tampa, so.
That is, well, I think it's is it a double foul? Bellarmine, they've got him down to the fourth foul up here. And they called it on Radoncic, so it is.
Yeah, double foul.
A foul. A double foul, that's what it was.
Okay.
3:40 left, Tampa by 16. And that was because it was a double foul. The arrow was pointing in Eckerd's, in Tampa's direction.
All right.
It's now been switched, and the next held ball or double foul will go the other direction. I saw Tom Ryan just before the game and said, so how you feel as Moreno shoots a three? Missed badly. Moreno, the rebound. And he says, well, there's just too much going on. And I don't even mean just basketball, because he's been acting AD now for 2 years, and there's just so much going on, he says, that he wears so many hats. Those two jobs are both full-time jobs.
And this is a crossover season, too.
Oh, Gamble was going for the dunk. Didn't get it. Slipped. I hope he's okay. He is. Whistle. No whistle. Yeah, it's out of bounds to Tampa. Freddie Ibrahim just needs to not contest too much.
Yeah.
With 2:59 to play and a 16-point lead. The official doing a nice job of just explaining how he saw it. Horry, who has been very close to a triple-double, as I said this year, missing by just one assist against Shaw. 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 points today. 3-point shot is short. Another rebound, and that was by Downer. That's his 15th, tying his career high. Set just 4 days ago. Against Nova Southeastern in that triple-double. He's had only one double-double all season, but he has had a triple-double. So I guess in reality he had a double-double before he got his second double-double before he got his triple-double. But it will only count as a triple-double. He had 16 points, 11 rebounds.
And yet you weren't impressed when I had a quadruple single in high school.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I am impressed. And another... Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Was that going to be called a pass, or is that a block shot? We'll see how they score it. 2.5 minutes left. Tampa up 16 with the ball, and Bellarmine is fouled. Baori says, I'll pick up my third to get Bellarmine to the line. Now, Bellarmine is under 50% shooter on the year, 49%. So this is not a terrible situation for Eckerd. But it is the 10th team foul, so Bellarmine will shoot 2 regardless. Gianni Daly at the scorer's table will come back in momentarily. And no good on the first one. Colley will come back in as well if Bellarmine makes the free throw. He's standing there waiting to come in for the shooter. Bellarmine's second free throw is short, so he gets to stay on the court.
All by design.
Yeah. Higgins. And Baori with a miss, and Downer has a new career high in rebounds. 16 right there. And 8 blocked shots is what we're seeing. Whistle foul. He's had several games with 6. He had a couple games, I think, where we had him with 8, but he was officially credited with only 6.
Yep.
Bottom line is he has become an extraordinary shot blocker. 6'9", 235 pounds, and he just has a great sense.
Yeah.
Like the NBA guys, the great shot blockers, the Kembe Mutombos and Hakeem Olajuwons and those kinds of players that can come off their man and be able to get up high enough to block a shot after it leaves the shooter's hand. Colley comes back in for Bellarmine. Bellarmine sits with 2 points, 8 rebounds. 2:06 left. Gamble hit them both. Perfect from the line, 8 of 10 from deep. That's a nice combination. It's a 28-point night for Gamble. Only 4 off his former career high.
Oh, that might be another block.
I think that might be another one. If so, that's 9. And ahead it goes. And he took 4 steps and blew the dunk. Well, you got to get your steps down. And he's laughing. And that's okay, because there's only 1:53 left. Marco Downer, I was gonna say we almost have to have him again and talk about his triple-double to talk with him, as that shot is up and in by McClung. But because of Gamble's fine performance here on senior night, I think we would probably try to talk to Anthony Gamble.
Yep. I think Anthony wants one more shot.
You think? And that time, Colley could not connect with Ibrahim. Up 16 with 1:31 left. You hate to see a turnover, but Colley says, I know. I just missed. I didn't realize he was going to cut to the hoop.
Yeah.
All things considered, Tampa has played well.
This is a good win. Very good win. Team above them.
A 3-point shot, no good. Another rebound by Downer. Well, it ends up in the hands of Colley, so I'm not sure Downer will actually get credit for it. Well, they have him. He has 17. Moreno misses. Downer got the rebound, puts it up and in. He's got 9 points, 17 rebounds, and 9 blocked shots. Are you kidding? The shot, no good. Rebound, Ibrahim.
Nova Southeastern did beat Palm Beach Atlantic.
All right.
77-53. Boy, did they quiet down in the second half. They had 50 at one at half.
Oh, yeah.
Take that back. That's women's on that side. Let me go down here to the men's game. 98-76.
There you go. Okay. How about those numbers, though? And again, because it's senior night, we'll talk to Gamble with his 28 points, 8 of 10 shooting. But also Moreno and Downer. Big games. Downer with 9 points, 18 rebounds, and 9 blocked shots. So 1 point and one block away from his second straight triple-double. And Gamble sits down to the crowd.
Don Whitaker, the other senior on the court. Get him a shot. Get him a shot.
I hope so.
He's known as a good shooter.
Yep. Whitaker out of Fairfax, Virginia. Comes in here for the final minute on senior day. 20-point lead for Tampa. There's a long shot, no good. Downer grabs another rebound, his 19th rebound.
Wow.
And he's fouled.
He could
free throws.
Yeah.
What if he blocks the last shot?
He needs one free throw.
Needs one free throw and one block for a triple-double. Regardless of how you feel about it, you love, I mean, if you're an Eckerd fan, you're like, hey, well, at this point, we're not going to win. Let's see a triple-double.
Yeah.
I mean, I think.
Yeah.
He's been a stud, this guy. 19 rebounds. He needs to make the free throw to have a chance to block the last shot for a triple-double. Wouldn't that be something if he missed both free throws and then blocks a shot? He will kick himself all night long. 71-51, Tampa's going to win it. There's his 10th point. If he blocks a shot, he'll have a second straight triple-double. I wonder if he knows.
He wanted to block.
He was trying to. It's out of bounds to Eckerd. One block shot away from a triple-double. I tried to say it loud enough that he knew.
And Eckerd has the ball under the basket. Yep. Prime blocking. Real estate.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't take him out.
No, not yet.
Don't take him out. It's for Ibrahim to get a nice applause. Freddie Ibrahim sits down with 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in his last game on this floor. There's a shot. A three is drained beautifully by Johnny Daly. So there won't be a last block shot.
No.
He'll end up one block shot shy of a triple-double, but he's already in contention for Player of the Week in the SSC. What do you think?
He'd have to fight off Anthony Gamble.
Yep. No more shots.
A nice win.
And a great win for Tampa. They really helped themselves. They move into a 7th place tie with Palm Beach Atlantic since PBA lost tonight. Tampa now 14-13 on the season, 5-11 in the Sunshine State Conference. Eckerd College falls to 11-8 in conference play. Berry won tonight, we understand. If that is true, they are tied with Berry for 4th and 5th with 1 game remaining in their season, a home game against Embry-Riddle. Eckerd College falls to 18-9 overall. Last time we see Tom Ryan on this floor, a great senior night win for the University of Tampa. Obviously, Marco Downer was just incredible yet again. 10 points, 19 rebounds, 9 blocked shots. Gamble with 28 points, 8 of 10 from deep. He had 4 assists. Ibrahim had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Moreno with 14 points off the bench, 2 assists, 2 rebounds as well. Just a really nice all-around game. Colley with 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. For Eckerd College, McLaurin with 19 points, 7 rebounds. 13 points for Higgins to go with 6 rebounds. And they were the only 2 players in double-figure scoring for the Eckerd College Tritons. Again, 72-54 is the score here. It says 71-51 up there. Well, let's bring in one of the men of the hours. With all due respect, it's senior days, so we want to bring in all the stars of the game. We'd love to have Marco Downer as well, but he had a triple-double. And he was one block shot away from a triple-double for Marco Downer. He's just finding it. Stay here for just a second, Marco. I want to get a quick word here first with the man, Anthony Gamble, 28 points, 8 of 10 from deep. You're always pointing to Jack Ike after you're made.
Yeah.
We know the story, but it keeps you from getting a technical, right?
Yes, sir.
We did see the shoulder shrug today. We didn't see any pointing. We saw you point early, but the shoulder shrug, because you had it going.
Yeah, once I hit that shot off the backboard, I knew it was game over from that point.
You even smiled at that one.
Yeah.
You did. Senior day, last game on this floor, what did it mean to you?
It meant a lot, because I just feel like we haven't beat Eckerd in a very long time, my whole entire tenure. I don't know if we have or not. But
they had won the last 5 meetings, so I think you did get a win there somewhere along the way over the last few years. But again, they had won the last 5, so it feels like forever.
Yeah, right? Especially on our home floor. It means a lot to me, to our fans, all the seniors. Yeah. And we're on our way up, and we're fighting for our lives, trying to make the tournament.
Well, you move into a tie for 7th, because it's my understanding that Palm Beach Atlantic lost tonight, so you are, I think, tied for 2nd right now.
Tied for 7th.
Yeah, tied for 7. So 7-8 looks like you're going to make the tournament. It's just a matter of who you end up playing. But you got 1 game left Saturday. Quick word about that one.
That's a tough team. I think they're top 15. They're definitely top 15.
They're nationally ranked.
Yeah, so got to come to play hard. We almost beat them here. So.
All right, congratulations, and it's been great watching you play your career here the last couple of years, and certainly, you put on a show every time you go out there.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Let's give you a headset to Marco. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony Gamble, again, a game-high 28 points tonight, and I do want to get a very quick word here from Marco Downer as well, this being the last game of the season here at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center, and the reigning SSC Defensive Player of the Week, thanks to last week's triple-double against Nova Southeastern, 12 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 block shots. Tonight, again, very close, 1 blocked shot away, a new career high, 19 rebounds.
19?
19, my man. And along with the 10 points, you made the last free throw. We were hoping you'd get 1 more block shot at that last trip down.
Though, to be honest.
Let me get that closer to your mouth right there. Okay, there. Now we can hear you a little bit better.
Yeah.
But so close to back-to-back triple doubles. That was, you really have come on as a shot blocker from the start of the season to now. Did anything change? Did the play start to
start working harder, to be honest?
The what? I
just start being in the gym every day.
Oh yeah,
work on my craft every day.
Yeah, there's no question. Did the game slow down for you a little bit so you can see things better?
I started to run more, run every day. So I just got used to the speed now. I still got some more work to do, but like I got better over the past couple weeks.
No question. This team now has won 5 of its last 6, due in great part to your play. I mean, you've come up and become a presence at both ends of the floor, and that has to make you feel good to know that you're a key to helping this team have its success. No doubt, huh? I know you want to celebrate with your team, so I'll let you go. Congratulations, Marco.
Nice to meet you, sir.
All right, nice to see you again, and congratulations on a great game. Again, 10 points, 19 rebounds, 9 block shots for Marco Downer, and as he leaves the table, he is all smiles, and well, he should be. A terrific game, and now he goes out there to try to get in a picture, I think, with the other 3 seniors. But a terrific game, a terrific win for the University of Tampa. The final score, the scoreboard here says 71-51. The scoreboard, the sheet that I've been given, which I don't know if it is the official stat sheet, it says 72-54. So I'm not sure what the score is, but we will know that Tampa did beat Eckerd. So again, Eckerd falls into a tie for 4th and 5th as they have dropped this game here tonight, and Tampa moves into a tie for 7th. So we're still going to go to the last single game on Saturday to determine who plays and what the seeding is in the SSE tournament. Again, the top 8 make the field. Well, Jack Ike is out on center court. He pretty much had almost lost his voice, so we'll just say so long for Jack. And we want to thank you for being with us tonight, whether you're an Eckerd College fan or a University of Tampa fan or just a fan of good D2 basketball. It was a heck of a game here tonight, and the University of Tampa gets the win on the home floor. Again, this is it as far as our broadcast for the men's games this year. We do just the home games. They still have the road game at Lynn, and then they'll be on the road to start the SSE tournament. We will have the home game for the women as they have clinched the number 2 seed with their